Hello, it's Kay in front of the camera.
And Maggie behind, interfering.
Well, actually, she's disappeared off, so with a bit of luck, we'll get on with it, shall we? So basically, I'm doing the MDF Garden Frame Kit, and I'm just going to show you how to put it together. It's quite simple. It's an inner frame, outer frame, and a top frame, basically. And then you can decorate it how you like. So we'll just get on with that. So you've got the inner ones go in like this, and it's easy to... It's better to do a dry run first before you put any glue on, and then you know what you're doing. And these don't fit into it, they just fit together like that. Okay, so it's quite simple. And I'll do that one as well. Okay, and then you're going to secure everything so it's all nice and 90 degrees, and I can do that by glue. So I shall glue these up. So I'm going to glue all the outy bits together, inner bits together. And it's easy to use the fine tip glue on this, and in this case I know it's going to stick on that side and on that side, so we'll put those together. So we'll put that one in, put this one on the side. There we go. I'm afraid the unit is extremely noisy today, so if you hear noises and bangs, crashes and all sorts outside, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about that. They were quite quiet, and as soon as we started filming, they've all decided to make a lot of noise. Oops, I didn't do what was. A bit of glue there. And a bit of glue there. Okay, so I'm going to show you some samples of these, and they're absolutely stunning. The girls have done a brilliant job in getting these decorated. They didn't have much time to do it, so they've done a fantastic job. I'm really proud of them. So I better keep going on this. This is the rather tedious bit, is watching me put glue on. And that goes in like that. Okay, so to make sure that these are all nice and square. Okay, so that's square there. And then put a bit of tape on. Now, because it's on the inside, I'll do the inside first, because then I can put this tape on and it can just stay there. You don't have to take it off again, because you're going to put the other frame on top. And you can either wait till it dries and then take it off, or just leave it on and it's fine. But if you do it thin enough, you can't see it. You won't see it at all. So I'll just do that side. So I'll get the longer strips and I'll just tear them in half, and I'll just make sure that is a nice, strong 90 degree angle. Okay, and it's important you do that, because when you put your frame on, you're going to have a little tiny recess all the way through where your plastic sits. So that sits on like that. Okay, so at this point, oops, make me a bit tougher. You'll notice you've got two holes. And so you see those? Right, you've got your two holes here, and if you want to hang this up, you can put a loop of cord through to hang it up. So if you want to do that, I'll probably do that now. Okay, before we do anything else. And then the next thing is you need to get your outer bits. And then what I tend to do is I make sure they all fit in. Okay. Sometimes if you might have to turn them over to get them to fit. So I know they all fit. So I can glue those in. And again, I'm going to glue them in and then secure them with tape. So again, it's better to do a dry run first. As well. I'm going to put the side bits going like that. A bit along the sides. I do like these fine. Oops. So what the other thing is that what I've shown you is, I'll take that off for a sec. If you want to, it might be helpful if you put a bit of tape underneath. Just like that on all four sides. It just helps to secure the panels in place. They don't move around quite so much. I've got that one there. Okay, so you put your tape on there. I could have done that a bit earlier. And then when I glue that on, I can just make sure that fits in, and then just bring the tape up and then it stays in place. There you go, it makes life easier. So I'll just do the other side. Like that. Now what you can possibly do, before you put these side bits in, you could paint the back panel, which is fine. The trick is don't put too much don't wet it too much because it's MDF and it'll swell. So you don't want to get the holes covered in paint or swell up. But you can do it, then you get a nice neat finish then if you like. And it depends if you want to have a completely separate frame to your background or you want to take your background over to your frame. So it's entirely up to you whether you want to do that. Yeah, so I'll put the side bits on. So I'm just going to put the end bits on. But we've got such a diverse decorations. So I did a Halloweeny one, and the rest of the girls have done some beautiful flowery ones. So, because it's a garden design, but you can you don't have to use the garden bits if you want to. You can just use the frame on its own and do something else with it if you want to. So again, I've just got some longer strips, and I'm just going to keep that on. So keep that below there. So again, I'm making sure that that is 90 degrees. Okay, let's hit that up on there. Let's put that last panel in. So just make sure it fits in that side. Let's not go on there. So we're going to say the most boring bit is putting the glue on. There we go. Right, so. Okay, and then we've got some more tape and just make sure that's all nice and square. So what I'll do is I'll lift this up in a minute. You can see, make sure everything's nice and square. So let's just make sure that is square. There we go. Last one. There you go. So it's not complicated, it's just a little on the fiddly side. So I'll lift this up. There we go. Okay, can you see how that's going to be square? And on that side as well. There we go. Okay, and that's square like that. Okay. So then you'll probably want to wait for that to dry for a bit. And when it's dry, you're going to glue your frame on top. Okay, and you need to make sure that you've got that nice and square on the sides. That's the reason why it's important to keep everything side. And then you're going to have a little recess here. So I'll glue this down, then you can see what I've done. So I'm going to put some tape on here, and I'm going to put these over the corners. So I'll just get that ready to go. And okay, if you've forgotten and you want to hang it up, you would have done the holes on the back. Okay, so you would have put your thread through by now. So let's make sure that's all nice and square. That's it. Okay, and then we'll just more glue. And just do the run a bead round on each side. Ooh. Right, so you just want to take the first millimetre off from the inside if you've gone over. I'm a bit shaky today, so I'm not quite sure. Oh, it's not too bad. No, there you go. Because when you put your plastic on, you can do that with a few drops of glossy accents. There we go, like that. I'll do it first. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to put this over like that. So it's flush along all the sides. Okay, and then you just push that down. And make sure you've got your recess all the way on the inside as well. And that is your frame done. So to secure it, I'll put a bit of tape over like that. I'll do all 4 corners before I lift it up. Okay, so you put all that together and turn it over. Make sure and just pull that across. Just again with your fingers, you can feel if that's nice and snug. Okay, and then you can see the recess. You can see it's not easy to see, but you can feel it on it with your finger. So there's recesses on there, and then it's all ready to decorate. So while that's just drying off a bit, I've untabbed all my little bits. So I've got garden fence, garden gate, a bit more fence, and a bird coop or pigeon loft or whatever. Okay, so and obviously we've got 2 cats this time. Okay, so I've taken my cats out, so I should decorate my cats. Okay, so this is designed to layer up, so give you a bit of depth. So it's entirely up to you how you want to do this bit. So you can either what I had envisaged was putting that one on there like that, and then that one on top like that, so it's layered up. But can you see you get those little holes? Well, they were designed to put your gate in, so it looks like a hinge. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. If you want to, you don't have to use any of the layering up at all, and you can just put the gate in on its own, and that look works well as well, like that. Or you can put both bits on the back, and then when they layer up, it comes off a bit more like that. So it's entirely up to you how you do it. And also little finion things on the top. You've got an extra one on here to make it a bit more bulky. So if you want to have a bit more depth on there, you can do. Okay, so that they were designed to do that. So it's entirely up to you how you want to do that. So, and then the dove coop that's been designed to have a back. That goes on the top. And then this one goes on the top of that. So you've got the little hole there for their home, like that. Okay, so if you glue that together, and then this bit fits on top as a little bit of cover, like that. So I'll stick this one together because it's a bit difficult to hold. But if you want to, you could just use one bit and have it straight on the back and have it on the wall. I think Carol's done that on hers and it looks fabulous. So you don't have to leave it on the stick at all, or just take that off altogether. It's your kit, you do exactly as you want. Anyway, so I'm going to put the back one on, and then push that one in, like that, and that one. Okay, because it's quite simple just to layer up, and then you can paint it as you like. So, and just square everything up to make sure everything's flush on top of each other, and you can just get that depth that way. And then a little bit of glue on the bit, you get the overhang of the roof. So be careful when you untab this. It's quite fine, so you don't want to put too much pressure on the tabs. It should come out quite easily. Okay, oh, now that's the food van. Might go quiet for a few minutes while they're all going to get their lunch. There we go. And that fits in like, oh, there we go. I'll move my hand. There you go. So you can see it like that. Okay, so that's how I've sort of envisaged that to go. So what I'll do is bring back this. And my glamorous scissors are turned up, so if I ask her nicely, she might go and get me a strip of plastic that I forgot.
Okay, I was just going to say, did you want anything from the van?
No, thanks. Okay, so I've taken those 2 bits off here. So this sort of layers up. So I'll do it how I envisaged it. It goes like that, like that. So you would stuck these together, and you would decorate these before you put them in. And then you got
Pinch it from here.
that one. Okay, again, you would have glued these and decorated these before you put them in. Okay, and then you've got your gate, go in like that, and then you've got your dove coop, go on like that, and then you have these little bits that will stick on top to give you a bit more definition. So I'm just going to lift this up in a sec. Whoops. And obviously you're going to have two cats, so I have one walking on the wall, and I'm going to have one sitting down there. So that is your MDF stuff. So you can arrange that how you like, so it's entirely up to you how you want it. Okay, and then you've also got these bits to go in this kit. So you've got two little cute plant pots, and you've got a medium plant pot, which is a little bit bigger. So it's got that little, they've all got those little, that little rim on it. Lift that up, there you go, like that. You also get a watering can. This one's clear, yours might be white. It'll be one or the other. Whoops, there towards me, that's it, okay. So you can decorate that how you like as well. And then you get a half planter as well. So it's just a half planter, so you've got this flat back up on the back. And again, you can decorate that. That can be like a galvanised steel, if you like, or it could be white with like a porcelain one, like a china one. So you can put those on where you like, and then I'll just stick those on here for the minute, give you an idea. Put a big one down there, two little ones at the top here, and then the watering can by the cat. So again, you can layer that up exactly as you like. And I nearly forgot, let's put these back in. So okay, these aren't stuck in, so be careful. So you need to do film on here. So one is clear and not easy to find. Okay, so one side's clear and one side's got white on it. Okay, so what I tend to do on this is I take off one side, which will be the clear. Okay, and then I just lift that up there. So I will put a little bit of bead of glossy accents across along here, along there, whoops, along here and along here. So when I'm happy with it, and then I will put this down like that, make sure it's tidy, and then it will just slot in. Whoops. But you can use these bits, this, to lift. So you just need to slot this in. So you just need to make sure it's going to fit in. That's it. Fits in like that. Okay, and then push it down, and then tend to put a little bit of weight on it. Nothing much, just maybe a pair of scissors, just to hold it in place until it's stuck. And then when it's stuck, then you can peel it off. Okay, so that's how I stick that in. All right. But if you take this off after you stuck it, it means you can move it around. Just make sure that you've got fingerprints on there. Take those off before you stick it down. So just make sure it fits into whoops, that corner. Don't forget you can have glossy accents on this, and it just slots in like that. Okay. Okay. Thank you for watching.